Hey VC, Ed from On My Turntable here. It is Sunday, September 8th on a beautiful Sunday morning here in New Haven, Connecticut. Hope everybody is doing well. And if you're watching this on the weekend, hope you're having a nice weekend. Wanted to put out there a shortish video on some vinyl finds that I've got over the past 5-6 weeks or so. Most of them here locally here in Connecticut at some local shops that I make sure that I throw my money to, and also a place in Hoboken called Tunes, a great record store down in Hoboken, New Jersey, where I go visit a friend of mine quite a bit. So everything I'm going to show here today I got for less than $10, which was pretty great. Before I officially begin, I want to send out an official thank you to Steve over at All the World's a Stage. Steve, thank you very much for letting me sit in on Sunday Night Vinyl Confessions a while back. I really appreciate it. I know I thanked you privately, but want to do an official thank you here in the VC. Thank you very much. It was great to meet you and Alex and Trevor and get to know you folks a little bit more. So if ever you need somebody to come in last minute and pinch hit again, feel free to give me a ring. You know how to reach me, and we can set something up. All right, let's start off with some 12 inches. First up, I got a 12 inch of Talk Talk. It's My Life. Pretty basic. Extended mix, single mix, another track on the back. Nothing fancy about it, but I'm always on the lookout for Talk Talk 12 inches right here. Next up, this was kind of cool. I got a nice House Martins import of 5 Get Overexcited, a 4-track EP. This is from the second album, and there's the tracks on here. I'll show you that. I believe they're all non-LP tracks, but I know it showed up on other compilations as well. Pretty cool. I like the look on the face of that kid. I have that look a lot when I'm at work sometimes. And yeah, so 5 Get Overexcited by the House Martins. Pretty cool. This I was very stoked to get. A little Funboy 3, good old Terry Hall and the Buddies with Bananarama. And it ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. And that's what gets results, right? Cover of the old 1939 standard, cover by, who did it? Ella Fitzgerald? A bunch of people did this song. Anyway, this is the extended mix with Funarama 2, an extended mix of that. Both tracks are from the debut LP of Funboy 3. So the story goes is that Terry Hall knew of Bananarama and knew their look and saw some photos of them, but didn't know what they quite sounded like, but he thought their image was pretty cool. So he said, you know, why don't you come and make a record with us? And this was the result, is how the story goes. So to return the favor, Funboy 3 appeared on Bananarama's cover of the Motown song, Really Saying Something. So that's how they ended up doing those two records together. So big fan of this, Funboy 3, good stuff right here. All right, next up, we got some Susie Quattro and Rock Hard. I know I showed this LP on 10 Dudes with an Axe because, as we know, Susie can hold a guitar with the best of them right there. In this case, a bass guitar. It's from 1980. Pretty standard female-led rock and roll at the time. Some Chin Chapman songs on here. You know, it's pretty basic. I mean, some of it's kind of second-rate material, but who cares? Susie's having a great time, and it rocks. And bonus, Michael DeBar is doing backing vocals on this. Pretty great. So Susie Quattro right here with Rock Hard. Really good. Next up, actually, this is really, really good. This is Jenu Raven with Urban Desire from 1978. So if you're not familiar with her, definitely go look her up on Wikipedia. Even AllMusic has a great biography of her. Just an amazing, amazing career of being a songwriter, a producer, still an active musician today. So self-produced this record right here. Here's the back cover. Fantastic. This is straight up, you know, girl-led guitar rock and roll. It's a really, really rocking, a kicking album. I'll show you the inner sleeve very quickly. You've got lyrics here and all the credits that are here. And what drew me to this actually was there's a great cover version on here of the Supremes, Back in My Arms Again, closes off side 1, foot stomping version. Underground Garage plays it all the time. And surprisingly, I didn't realize it, but the track on here called I, Colorado is a duet with her and Lou Reed, which I didn't know until I was playing it. So definitely check this out. This is great female-led guitar rock and roll. Jenu Raven with Urban Desire. Next up, speaking of great old rock and roll, David Johansson, debut from 1978. I saw David Johansson about 10 years ago here at a place called Cafe 9 in New Haven. Very small club, very much an intimate cabaret setting kind of style, very much a showman, storyteller, a phenomenal performer, can hold the audience. But this is how I love my David Johansson as well. This is old school rock and roll, 1978, his debut. Sylvain does a bunch of stuff with him on this. You've got Funky But Chic, Girls, Lonely Tenement, Frenchette. Really, really great rock and roll stuff from David Johansson. Here's the inner sleeve of the photo with the band. Who else is on here? Nona Hendrix and Sarah Dash do some backing vocals on Funky Buck Chic. Felix Cavalier plays some organ on here. And who else? Oh, Stan Bronstein, saxophone player from Elephant's Memory. He's on this record as well. So just a great kick-ass rock and roll record. Next up, I was pretty jazzed to get this. This is Holly and the Italians with The Right to Be Italian, right? What a great cover right there of Holly Vincent right there. I actually thought this would be more, but I got this for $8 down at Tunes in Hoboken. Pretty cool. You know, a record I'd heard about for many, many years, and obviously I know Tell That Girl to Shut Up, and I heard a couple of tracks over the years on it, but I picked up a copy of it. Original inner sleeve is in here with the lyrics. Paul Schaefer's on this. Jerry Harrison from Talking Heads plays synthesizers on this. I read it was a pretty difficult album to get together and finish and record and put out there. Didn't do well, but has a lot of like critical acclaim, and rightfully so. It's actually pretty good. I did have to listen to it a couple of times. Initially, it all sounds very samey, but as I start to listen to it, the individual songs really, really creep out, especially the tracks on side 2. That's pretty much my favorite side. I've been playing that side over and over again. So Holly and the Italians, a great record. She's still out making music today with The Right to Be Italian. Holly Vincent right here. Next up, I got a nice promo copy of the Fabulous Poodles right here, right, with Mirror Stars. So this is a compilation of their 2 British LPs around like 1975, 1976. John Entwistle produced some of these tracks. Funky stuff, pub rocky, silly, very catchy. A really, really fun record. And I love the DJ stuff right here with the times and the track listings and all that. So great. I was really cool to get a nice promo copy of this for on the cheap as well. Fabulous Poodles. I think somebody showed this on one of the Suit and Ties thread that was going out there. I can't remember who, but I think somebody showed it. All right, getting back to some women. Big fan of Rosanne Cash. Here's Rosanne Cash right here with Rhythm and Romance from 1985. I love Rosanne Cash, her entire career. A lot of her later stuff I have on CD, but I'm picking up her 80s stuff on vinyl. I really love it. You know, it has that 80s production sound to it, which sometimes can be a little off-putting, but it works on this. There's really, really some great songs on this. Tom Petty is on this as well. Who else is on here? Let's see. Ben Montench is on here as well. So just Rodney Crowell, of course. So great Rosanne Cash. She covers John Hyatt's Pink Bedroom, which is a lot of fun. So good, you know, mid-80s Rosanne Cash right here. Definitely worth checking out. All right, so next up we've got Debbie Harry right here with Rockbird from 1986. So here's the thing. I love Debbie Harry. Who doesn't love Debbie Harry? And I was really kind of stoked to get this. I never had it before. The only track that I knew on here was French Kissin', which gets played quite a bit. I'm thinking this will be a pretty good record, produced by Seth Justman. I'm looking at the year. I knew it was going to have that 80s sound, that 80s production to it. A lot of percussion, very tinny. But I have to tell you, it's to me, it's just an unlistenable record outside of French Kitchen. There's just too much going on. It's very cluttered, not listenable. If there's any really, really good songs in here, I have a hard time finding them because there's just so much noise, so much production noise. It really suffers from that mid-80s production sound, which is a shame because I think it could have been something better. That's my opinion. You may feel different. It's pretty rare for me to say something and show something that I'm not really a fan of, but I bought it. I wanted to give it a shot. And I'm going to put it back out there in the ether. I gave it a couple listens, and I just wasn't happy with it. It's too bad. French Kissin' holds up. One other track on here is pretty good. Free to Fall on the second side. But once again, it's relatively stripped down compared to all the other stuff that's on here. So that's Debbie Harry with Rockbird. So that's going to go back out to the ether, and someone else will enjoy that for sure. Switching over to some 60s garage, which I love. Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels right here with Breakout, their second LP. I love 60s garage rock. I have their first LP as well, Janie Take a Ride. Like this one, released in glorious mono, as it should be. Back cover right here. Really, really great stuff. A couple of Bob Crew originals, mostly covers on here. That's what you want here from Mitch Ryder. Just great, you know, rock and roll, phenomenal bar band stuff. Surprisingly, you know, I didn't notice it till after I got it home, is Dove with the Blue Dress is not on here. So apparently this is either a first pressing or an early enough pressing, because later pressings of this, versions of this, they threw Devil with the Blue Dress on here and took off another track. So it's not on here, but actually it's in really, really good condition as well. Once again, you know, under $10 that I picked up locally here. So fantastic, Mitch Ryder. Good old Jason and the Scorchers right here. Excellent stuff here. It's still standing. Second LP. I love Jason and the Scorchers. They're one of those bands I put on like on a Thursday or Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock. I got 2 more hours to plow through at work in the home office, and this gets me going and ready for the upcoming weekend. So a little bit slower tempo stuff on here in the second LP that kind of slowed it down a bit, made it be a bit more commercial, but still excellent. Do a cover of the Stones, 19th Nervous Breakdown. Jason and the Scorchers, you know, rockabilly, cowpunk, you know, building up my collection of them on vinyl as well. And once again, very, very affordable, really good stuff. And lastly, I'll end off with Warren Zevon right here with The Envoy from 1982. This is the last LP he did for quite some time, and then he went to go and clean himself up, get a bit more sober. Once again, the usual suspects are on here, all his usual session men are on here, and it's a really good record. I like the title track, The Envoy. The Hula Hula Boys is a catchy little fun song. And the two tracks that are really speaking to me that I'm playing over and over again are the last two on side 2. Looking for the Next Best Thing and Never Too Late for Love. Those are the last 2 tracks right there on side 2. Must be the mood I'm in, but that's what's speaking to me these days. So, hey, that's it. That's all I wanted to show. Hope everybody is doing well. Feel free to like, comment. I'm having a good time here on the VC. Steve, thank you again for the shirt. Hope you like those records. I'm enjoying them. And until next time, as I always say, with what's going on out there today, and there's a lot going on out there today, let's all take a moment to be kind to one another. Thanks, folks. Have a good one.